so much. This is the closing session. We're closing 2 wonderful days together. Now, like as you may have noticed, we've changed our outfits. So what you see on us is a fair brand, Bego Jeans. It's an effort to show that a sustainable textile economy is possible. It's a system-changing brand, and it's such an inspiration for all of us. So we put these jeans on just to imply that small choices make huge differences. So if we pay attention to what we wear, why we wear them, and when buying a product, if we ask the question like who made this, under what circumstances, at the cost of what, that will make a huge difference. So that's why we put on these sustainable jeans to close our session.
Yes, and they are in high fashion too, and they fit in the right places in the right manner. So we are happy to be in them. We thank Bego Jeans for it.
And maybe we should show the red line.
Oh, yep.
So there is a red line here, and it's highly symbolic. It means we have red lines in textile, red lines in fashion. So
that's way for the future to have red line. Evet sevgili Summit izleyicileri, bir sonraki panelimiz kapanış paneli. Konuklarımızın bir kısmı İngilizce konuştuğu için panelimizi İngilizce yapacağız. Ama öncesinde şunu söylemek istiyorum sizlere ki bu panel bizim aslında zirvenin kapanış paneli olmakla birlikte 8 aylık yoğun tempolu bir çalışmanın da geldiği nihai bir nokta. O yüzden 2 gün boyunca ağların gücünden, işbirliklerinden, kolektif aksiyondan ve etki alanlarını genişletmekten bahsetmişken 8 aylık bu kolektif çabanın mimarlarını bu panelde sizlerle bir araya getirmek istiyoruz. Kimler var bu panelde? 2 güne birlikte bakacağız. Sevgili Aslı var. Aslı Alemdaroğlu, Zorlu Holding Kurumsal İletişim Genel Müdürü. Aslında çok mimarisinde önemli bir yeri olan Duygu Kambur Decoder kurucusu. Bugün şu anda aramızda değil ne yazık ki. Atölye kurucu ortağı Kerem Alper var. Sevgili Kerem Okumuş, S360'ın CEO'su. Şu anda aramızda olamayacak ama onun da büyük emekleri var. Luisa Mammeri, BMW Vakfı Herbert Quant, Kuzey Afrika ve Batı Asya ağ organizatörü aramızda olacak. Louise Pulford, Six CEO'su ve Marcello Palazzi'yi yine alacağız aramıza. Now Partners kurucu ortağı ve global elçisi. İmece direktörü Mustafa Özer'i alıyoruz. Ve Yeliz Mert, B-Lab Avrupa ülke partner yöneticisi bizimle birlikte olacak bu panelde. Evet, birlikte kapatacağız. Sizin de görüşlerinizi, önerilerinizi chatten almaya devam ediyoruz. Anketlerimiz vardı. Eğer fırsatınız olursa anketleri de lütfen doldurmayı ihmal etmeyin. Sesimizi duyurmak bu dönemde önemli dedik. Sesinizi duyurun. Evet, Itır, ne diyoruz konuklarımıza?
Evet, burada are we switching to English?
Yes, let's switch to English.
Let's switch to English so we can present our guests as Aylin kindly introduced them. Kindly ask them to join us, please.
And we have a surprise for them. Instead of the 2 questions we asked them to ponder about, we will give them a challenge because now is the time to challenge things and go beyond what we are used to. So, what are their challenges?
Okay, so we do everything, but sometimes we forget to celebrate. So it's, I think, time to celebrate all those 8 months. Like so much effort went into this project. So many people really tried hard during unforeseen, very difficult circumstances. So first we want to celebrate, and also we talked about connectedness and collaboration and scaling connectedness. So I think this summit definitely scaled collaboration and connectedness, so we want to celebrate that too. And I would like to ask all our participants what they're taking with them.
Yes.
Their inspirational remarks about these wonderful, challenging but wonderful, inspiring 8 months and the 2 days we've had together.
And what is the challenge then?
What is the challenge?
The challenge is that we ask them to do this
in a tweet.
Twitter sentence. Yes.
Almost in a tweet.
Yeah. Yeah, as if you're tweeting. So very precise. And please build up on each other's sentences. So let's keep this really active and dynamic. And we have a surprise. Kerem Okumuş is in the house. Thank you for being here, Kerem. It means a lot. So we are ready. If you are, let's see our panelists. And as we see Kerem first, maybe we put him in the hot
spot. Kerem, maybe. Would you like to begin?
Just one sentence, right?
Yes,
Yes.
if possible, please.
But you can go for 2 as well.
All right. I think there's more than enough money in the world, I think. But I think we discuss how we actually channelize that money to the people in need. So we need modalities, or we need new frameworks to actually channel that money to the social impact investment ecosystem. So I think there's more than enough money, but we need modalities.
Great sentence. Very precise, very
Thank you.
optimistic.
Yes.
It's a celebration indeed. We are in abundance. We can do this. Yes, who is next?
Thank you, Kerem.
Thank you, Kerem. Another Kerem on the hot spot. Yes. He had a lovely session today. I look forward to hearing what he has to say.
Well, I think the quote that defined our session as well as our whole track is the next Buddha maybe Sangha. And for those of you who didn't get to hear what Sangha means, it actually means community in Sanskrit. So the next Buddha in the world may actually be community. We believe in the power of communities coming together to create impact in the world. If we can create the right kind of tools, environments, purposes, as well as the right infrastructure for them, which actually ties to what Kerem is talking about. There is enough funds in the world. How do we channel them in their best ways through communities, through community-powered organizations? We believe is the future. And we need to spend less time on thinking about how we do things, but more time on how we are, how we be together, as both our panelists as well as Otto really well articulated. And that's what sticks with me. That's what's alive in me after today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Itir, you know, we should prepare our one-sentence statements as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes, bear that in
so,
mind.
okay, yeah, definitely.
Definitely, yes. I have mine from Kerem's session. So, who is next in line? Hotspot, yes. Luisa.
Hey,
Luisa, hi.
Hello. I will quote a person. It was definitely a highlight from a previous session, and I'll add a few more words to it, but I'll try to keep it into one sentence. My key takeaway statement is: be a rebel, disturb the present, listen properly, but don't always listen to your parents, and do that within networks and communities.
Lovely.
That's wonderful.
It looks like a manifesto is coming up. Thank you. Thank you, Luisa.
Thank you so much.
Who's next? Yeliz.
Yeliz.
Hello, everyone. Well, I try to stay to your words, and I will pick something different than what's shared. I think one thing that stuck with me today in the session of network leadership is that we're entering the catalytic era. And that means that to find the solutions together, to source the right solutions, we really need to work on collaborating and finding solutions together. And that means from business to government to academicians to students, everyone. And for that, catalyzing organizations are going to be really crucial to play a role of binding everyone together and harmonizing all of us, as we are a massive global world on a change, and it can get a little chaotic when we are, embarking such a journey. So I really encourage all catalyzers to find the best spirit in themselves and bring that out in the next era. And I see the same role for myself and for our organization as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lovely.
Oh, wow. So good to see you.
Hello again. Marcello, we missed you.
No. So I loved it. Otto Scharmer reminded me of Roberto Unger, who is a very illustrious philosopher, professor, and we are the architects of our fate. We shape our world, we shape our realities. And Otto was saying how during the pandemic, everything became possible, things that we didn't know. So we can change, and we are the architects of our fate. That's my line. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aslı. Aslı, can you unmute
we
yourself?
We can't hear.
Please unmute.
Has been what the pandemic has given me, the Zoom screen and muting me every time and forgetting to unmute. Quickly building on what Marcello has said, building our own fate, and I think all the boundaries are in our heads. And today, and yesterday, and today, we have witnessed what collective consciousness can do. And I think listening to a partner from the municipality of Izmir discussing the same issues, the same concerns with a representative from the city of Bogota has been very challenging, very inspiring, and very empowering for what we can do going forward. And I just want to finish with the words of our friend from UNDP, who said, taking all this unknown and ambiguity and turning it into curiosity, to solutions, to prosperity. I think this should be the motto for us in the decade of action. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I loved his little poem. It was really nice. Thank you, Aslı. And we have, I think, one more to go. Yes.
Let's think about our cities, and this was interesting for me today. Let's think about our cities as planets, as their own ecosystems, where we bring together nature, culture, and all of the citizens that are in it. Take all of the perspectives, listen to them all carefully, and act on them.
Yes. We had some connection issues in the beginning, but I think towards the end your words reached the heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mustafa.
Manifesto is coming indeed, by the way, Utrecht and Eileen. Our work seems done here, but just beginning right now. Not just our image as a work, but also young change makers are leading this wonderful manifesto in the coming days.
Yes.
So please tune in. My tweets, kind of tweet-sized word, will be for these whole 2 days of summit. But we repeatedly listened, heard these sentences starting with words, starting with the co. Whether it is community, whether it is the collective, whether it is the cooperation, whether it is the collective action, whether it is the image's direct translation to English, communal work. So I guess so this is the tweet. We are in the age of co, which resonates with what Kerem said. The next Buddha will be Sangha. So we are in the age of co.
A wonderful, wonderful way to conclude all the remarks of our panelists. Thank you, Mustafa. It was great. And I look at you now for your final words.
Okay, like I wasn't thinking I would be in the hot spot as well, but I kept thinking while you all were talking. So I want to briefly talk about like our search for meaning. So throughout these 2 days, I think it all contributed to our sense of meaning. And the meaning, a meaningful life, I think is in connectedness. So man's search for meaning, our search for meaning actually ends up in being connected to each other. I think that would be my tweet.
And my tweet is some words borrowed from Kerem and some words borrowed from Tim Jackson from today's panels. And I think Kerem actually borrowed his from Lao Tzu. I really like his wisdom, of course. In nature, nothing hurries, yet everything is complete, synchronized, and accomplished. And so how can we do less but do more, accomplish more, without adding more gadgets, as the human is inclined to do? So let's go back to nature and to ourselves for connection. These are our final words of the panels. And in order for us to have a nice closure to our summit, I hereby invite you to all have conversations as such we did in the last 2 days. Reach out to whomever you feel can increase your effectiveness in creating impact and the future that we all deserve and our planet needs.
Definitely. Let's all scale connectedness and connectivity.
Exactly. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.